Cowherd, do you believe this grievance will help Kaepernick get back in the league?
No, I think what will keep him out is his silence. This has been what I have said since this happened, is if you don't talk, people will define you. You have to talk to define yourself. And so as the world is talking about Colin Kaepernick, when I say Kaepernick now, my first thought is protest, activism. I don't think football. Why? He hasn't talked in 8 months. This is why I kept saying, don't let others speak for you. I don't think his girlfriend has always done him well. I don't think the newspaper guy,
Sean King,
I don't think he's actually helped him. And by Kaepernick's silence, he has let others define him. So I see him now as a political figure, even though he was a pretty good quarterback in his prime.
I think this grievance and this lawsuit has all been part of a shakedown of the NFL. I've always felt like his play eventually was turned into an extortion play. If you guys don't sign me, I'm going to create chaos in your league. He's done that. He thought maybe they would sign him to tamp down some of the chaos. Now that he sees that, he's gone the lawsuit route. I don't think this will help. Again, common sense is the only thing that would help Colin Kaepernick, and he's so far removed from that I don't know if there's any coming back from it because, again, look, there were two guys in that 2013 Super Bowl, the 2012 season, that got run out of the league. They did something the league felt was inappropriate. Ray Rice had domestic violence accusations, hasn't been in the league since he was 26 years old. Many people felt he had enough. He was one of the best 100 running backs, 50 running backs, 30 running backs. But the league washed their hands of him because of his domestic violence deal. The league has washed their hands of Colin Kaepernick because of not just the protests, it's the pig socks. It's the slave catcher, police or slave catchers. It's the support for Fidel Castro.
He's bad for business.
Bad for business. He's off script. The guy's delusional, bottom line.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you're talking about a backup quarterback. So, you know, every team that I was ever with, they don't want a backup quarterback. You don't know who the backup quarterback is because they stay out of it. They're not there to be a distraction. Like if you signed Kaepernick last year, or you know, for training camp, you would have had a complete distraction all training camp. So the teams opted not to sign him. It's not like he was a great quarterback last year.
When we
were with the Bills, he completed like 30% of the passes, and we weren't the greatest defense in the world, and that's why I'm sitting here. I mean, you know, we were 6th in the league in pass defense, but trust me, we'd love to play against Kaepernick every week. You know, he's a runner. That's what he is best. But you know, all the things that he's got going off the field, there's no way he gets another chance to play in the National Football League. And it's a shame that he's doing this. It really is, because at one time he was one of the upcoming bright spots in the league.
Yeah, I agree with what you said. It's like Tim Tebow. You know, that's why he's not going to get back in the league, because it's too much of a headache. You're not good enough to be the starter. There's no way we're going to let you in there and be the backup, because we don't need that. We got enough things to worry about with the 53-man roster. Going to your point, though, it's cash. It's cash. I think you said that. But if I'm an owner, there is no way I want this guy in there, because it affects business. It affects the bottom line. Did they collude to get him out of the league? I don't know. But common sense tells me, who cares if they did or not? If I'm an owner, I'm not signing you, Colin. That's all there is to it, especially in what's going on in his brain that makes him think that he can say all this stuff, throw these lawsuits, get out there and do an interview. Go on Oprah. Oprah would love to do that interview with you. Explain where your brain is at and what's going on in your mind and why you are doing what you do and why you think you should be back in the league. There's plenty of platforms he could go to. That'd be a hell of an interview that a lot of people would watch, and he should do it. I don't know why he's not doing it.
When I say quarterback to you, two things that are what great quarterbacks all have. They're kind of unifiers. They kind of bring everybody together. Right? He's the opposite to a lot of people. Some see him as a unifier, others see him as a divider. The second thing is they're generally verbal. Quarterbacks talk. They yell. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is hurt. He's yelling, leaving the field. He doesn't talk, and he is seen as the opposite of a unifier. He has allowed other people to define his brand. I don't even have a video. Couldn't his girlfriend tape a workout?
Let me tell you why, though. let me just tell you why.
Seriously, I don't even know.
Let me tell you why that is. And I say this with no malice. He doesn't know who he is. He has been in identity crisis fallout ever since they took that starting job from him. His whole identity was built around being this superstar quarterback who is going to revolutionize the league, and I got these beats on it, I'm blocking out the world. They took that away from him, and his entire identity fell apart. That's why he's not talking. Again, you've got the media does all the talking for him, and somehow they're analogizing him to Muhammad Ali. Right. Muhammad Ali never stopped talking, never stopped stating his position, took on his critics. And that's why this guy is mute Muhammad Ali.
And I didn't mean to, but I'm...
Mute that was good.
That was good, people. Mute Muhammad Ali. And does that... I'm starting to think, like, okay, maybe if he is in that position, maybe he knows himself to say, you know, I can't handle that type of interview because they're going to ask me some questions, and now I got to come up with some answers.
I think
good answers.
I think that could be, or his handlers think that. Does he have handlers?
Listen, I've heard from people that have monitored this situation, his handlers don't want him talking because they know he can't handle it. And so, but again, what I say, the way the media has caped up for him, there will be somebody willing to do a softball interview with him, pre-recorded, give him the answers, the questions, everything beforehand, do something, but I don't even think he can handle that. And again, and people think it's with malice. I have sympathy for the dude. He grew up in a unique way. He's a unique kid. He did something he hadn't thought through. He's way out over his skis. And I wish the people around him would walk him back if they really cared about him, rather than this movement that they're all getting attention from. They should walk him back into a space where maybe next year there could be a long shot chance of him getting back into the NFL. But I just don't see it happening this year.